Hello everyone, my name is Fox, and again I'm at Fox. I was actually rendering a video, and then I watched a theory video, a game theorist video, and I literally stopped the video so that way I can talk about this, and I'm gonna have to render it again, so it's gonna take me a bit of time. But first off, I'm gonna be there may be some quote unquote spoilers, so if you want to go watch the game theorist theory video on Hello Neighbor, or whatever the fuck it was. Hello Neighbor and the Diet Light Hello Neighbor one. Go check it out. So that way you can kind of understand what this, and I just not like, spoilers, whatever. But anyway, I know I'm not as great, I know I'm not as, well edited as game theory by a long shot. But I want to throw my little 2 cents into this. Which, if you don't know what the theory is, Pat made a theory saying that Hello Neighbor is, that the neighbor in that game, Hello Neighbor, works for the devil. What? What? I don't know. I know he tries his freaking darndest. He tries his freaking darndest to tries his, like, the 666 on the bottom of this dude's shoes. These illusions, like 1414, like I will rise higher than God and all these stuff. And I'm thinking, like, I don't know how good of a game this would make it. Because one, how the fudge is this game? Let's assume the neighbor does work for the devil. Let's assume that is part of the story and all this mess. How on earth would that fit anywhere or help anything with this story or this gameplay of anything? What in this fits very well with having the devil in this game? This is where I'm kind of taking my perspective on this, because let's say a horror game. If it's supernatural, or a demon, or the devil, fine. You can kind of see how that works in this. Let's say it's Doom, which then that's kind of a horror game. But maybe it is technically horror for me. Like, it didn't really scare me that much. And again, that's probably because since I've started this channel, I've played games like Amnesia, Layers of Fear, and all this stuff. Even Layers of Fear really didn't scare me that much, but Soma and stuff like that. Soma scared me a lot in the beginning, but I've played some freaking horror games, and those suckers scare me. But Doom itself, like, okay, Demon World. It's something that's just known in this universe, and we're gonna go kill some demons. Fine. Great. In a stealth game where you break into your neighbor's house, the neighbor then... And if the neighbor catches you, grabs you, throws you out of his house, and then lords up his doors, what on earth does any of this seems something that would work with the devil? Because, usually characters who are either possessed and or taken over by the devil, usually, they get it in the end, but they usually, aren't very nice. It's kind of nice that this neighbor kind of just goes, "Get out of my house!" Boom, and it kicks you out. Though I think there's a theory, that says that the neighbor is the one who kicks the main character out of the house in the beginning of the game. Though, mind you, because I watched something as playthrough of it, and there's a little cutscene where like you do like kind of a little tutorial, but you go into the neighbor's house instead of your house. I kind of took that as you played as the neighbor. In the beginning. You played as the neighbor going into this house. But I don't know. But watching this theory video and all this stuff, I'm just looking at him like, this doesn't really seem like why would any of this be supernatural? And then there's some illusions, like, in the theory diet or whatever, he kind of talked about it more. But, and you know what, there are a lot of things, though, in this theory that I do like. Sorry. Okay, back. Where the fuck was I? Okay, so they talked about a little bit more. Like, one, there are a lot of things in this theory that I do kind of say, okay, this works in this universe. Because one, if I look at anything, a cartoon, a TV show, something like that, I like to put together things that make sense in this universe that it's captured in or shown. Yes, we haven't seen much of Hello Neighbor universe, but I kind of want, like, this is how I look at it. I probably went totally off topic after I got that phone call, so I'm sorry, but it's kind of how I look at it. Like Star Wars: The Force is Evil. I take into account, okay, there's magic, time travel, alternate dimensions, so on. So I can make theories based upon those. Monsters, humans, there's Revolution. So far, for an example. Star Wars, Force, Rebel, you can you first build up what the universe is, and then you get all the pieces you can of this universe, and then you build it out. Watching playthroughs of Hello Neighbor, mind you, I am limited to the Markiplier / Jacksepticeye playthroughs, but watching those playthroughs, there's nothing that I saw was demonic. Though I do see of a man possibly lonely, that I do see. And some things that they brought up in the game theory kind of makes a little bit of sense, especially some parts that I didn't think of, like the guy working from a carnival, or being a carnival, or a clown. I'm like, okay, I kind of get that a little bit more. That kind of makes some things make a little bit more sense. And when they show the picture of the man or the neighbor and like another man and the man kissing each other, I'm thinking, okay, maybe this is kind of a tragic story. Maybe the neighbor's a tragic character. Maybe something happened to his lover or whatever. And especially since like in both, I think the early build and one of the newer builds, they show one, they have mannequins all over the place, but they show one where it's like a crib. It shows a crib, like a baby's room, but it's blocked off. So from that, I assume, okay, something happened with that baby, or something happened with this. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe the two, maybe the neighbor and the man in the picture are lovers. This is my thoughts on this. Maybe the two are lovers, and they wanted a kid. But they, of course, couldn't have one. Or maybe something happened. Like, maybe they were trying to adopt and something didn't work. Or, heck, even a surrogate or whatnot. Didn't really work. Maybe they were going to have a kid, but the other man died somehow. So, the other man died. And, though, mind you, a lot of these things I do say, like, that he does kind of hit the nail on the head, like some biblical references and stuff like that. But there's still, it doesn't feel like, it feels like that's kind of helping the story, but shouldn't be taken as literally as that. It's like saying, a good one that uses biblical references, but doesn't really technically make it supernatural, is the Halo series. John 13, like John's name itself is a Bible reference that talks about Master Chief. Doesn't mean he's Jesus, but it means like he could be kind of quote unquote like a stand-in for him or something like that. Or, the flood, the covenants, biblical things, but it's not saying that, oh, they work for the devil. I don't see it like that. Especially if, like, let's say these pictures that they do show, like, of, like, the neighbor in different costumes or whatever, are certain things. One of them was Pennywise, like, him dressed up as Pennywise, going like this, which I said, like, they talk about in the diet. They saw something like this or something like that, and like he's like, oh, maybe this shows that he's a circus or whatever. And one, like, I do agree that, like, it could be one that this guy probably did work at a circus with, like, especially the carnival games and everything. But looking at that more, I was kind of thinking, no. One of the biggest things, because I've watched the Nostalgia Critics videos, I haven't seen the movie, so sadly, again, limited to. I learned a lot about the past. I learned a lot through past pop culture through the internet. But watching it, one of the main things that Pennywise says is when he tries to seduce one of the kids, goes, coming out, they all float. They all float down here. And, trying to tell the kid to come down, and then, he eats the kid and pulls him into the sewer. And that's kind of what I took from that, because he's behind the door that you're trying to break into, going like this or whatever, like, being, Pennywise behind a door that leads down into the basement. So in a sense, I'm saying he's going to capture you. He's going to capture someone. Or, heck, there's someone captured in the basement. And I'm thinking something like, okay, this is how I see it as. Don't look at it from a supernatural standpoint, because there's nothing in this game that has shown to be supernatural. Like, again, horror games, it makes a little bit more sense. I guess you could say this is technically horror, but this is more stealth, if anything. Because the basis of the game is sneak into this guy's house, try to break in. If you can't break in and you get caught, he kicks you out of the house, boards up the windows, and then you have to try again. That's kind of the game itself. If this was, like, some very, very... Like, he probably is a very bad person. He probably really is. But, if he is, like, quote-unquote... Wait, why the fuck did the frame... Oh, sorry. It's like, everything just froze for me for a second. But, if it is, like, this bad... If he is, like, this... Like devil worshiper person who's seduced by the devil. Literally, why the fudge would he care about this neighbor? As soon as he catches, hey, you're in my house. Actually, hold on. I actually have something that can, because you just go, hey, you're in my house. And come on now, BB gun. But come on now. If someone breaks into, if he's a devil worshiper, and he has all of this crap in his house, I'm pretty sure he either has a knife or a gun. Because he has all this crap in his house, I'm pretty sure somewhere he has a gun. And not just a little BB shooter gun. Because I'm just thinking, like, okay, wouldn't you want to... And then what do we say if, like, the cops snoop around? He broke into my house. I killed him. Or even like, I guess technically you could say, like, in, like, one of the demo endings, the neighbor does catch you. He does literally catch you. But, he does catch you, like, when you finally do break into the basement, and then that's when he throws you into a grave and then buries you. That's one thing, but I want to throw my own sense into this. I really do. And... Again, take away the whole thing that Game Theory says that it's supernatural. No. One, I love supernatural stories. It's not something bad against supernatural. I think one of my favorite shows, one of my favorite longer-running shows is Supernatural. But literally, gosh dang it. Take that out of the equation. Take out the supernatural element. Yes, there are allusions to a man who is maybe seduced by power, seduced by some dark, evil thing, whether it be desire or whatnot. We see pictures of him with this man. See this picture with him and his man, possibly his lover. Heck, maybe it could be his brother. I don't know. And I do kind of think like maybe like there is an allusion to that, like the whole Jesus Judas thing. Like maybe in some way he killed his lover, or maybe they were partners or whatnot. And this kind of they're partners in more than just one way, and maybe he betrays him somehow. Who knows? But the way that I see this is that he does have someone in that basement. I'm pretty sure he does. There is someone down there in this basement. And because we have allusions to the baby thing upstairs. Because we have like all these mannequins everywhere. These mannequins that were showing that he's a little bit effed up in the head, probably. Especially with all the different rooms that are like scattered around, placed, put together, upside down, all this crud. It's an insane looking house. And honestly, looking at it this way, I think like there is someone down there. And honestly, it'd probably be something similar to what is it? Don't Breathe. If you've seen that movie, you can probably guess what I kind of mean with someone in the basement. I feel like it's something like that. I don't really want to spoil that movie that much, even though it's an alright movie. I really don't want to spoil it that much, but I feel it's something a little bit more along those lines. There's someone down there that he's captured for a very specific purpose. And with the whole things that I've kind of talked about, I feel like that might be a little bit more where this is kind of leaning to. And again, there's the whole thing with Pennywise kind of seducing and stuff like that. Pennywise saying, they all float down here. Something is going to happen. Something is going to go on. Something is going on down there in that basement. Something not good. Which I guess, yeah, they could probably allude it to being like something supernatural. Like, again, like the end, it's a spider alien thing. Spoiler alerts for what? I don't know. How long has it been around? 20 years? Something? I don't freaking know. Spoiler alert for that movie. It's a giant spider. It's a giant spider. Really, it's a creature. I've watched Haven, and I kind of watched a little bit more of the Stephen King mythos, so I kind of know a little bit more of what it is, but still, it's a giant spider. It's kind of like a Lovecraftian type of thing, but it's just watching the Game Theorist one. He brings up a lot of good things, and a lot of the stuff I do agree with. But the whole thing about him being seduced by the devil or whatever, I don't take it as that. I take it more as he's a bad person, and maybe like, oh, he's the devil, but not the devil, not, the fallen one. You kind of get what I mean. The adversary. I don't see him as that. I see him more as he's a bad person. He probably was happy or whatever with the other man, his lover, or possibly his lover. But once that man died, or maybe some kind of betrayal, that's what snapped him. That's what made him snap. Heck, for all we know, it could be that it's not that he betrayed him, but maybe like his lover, if it is his lover, or maybe it's just a man that he had a crush on or admired, whatever, or something like that. Something kind of love, and maybe that man, goes along with another woman, maybe. Goes with a woman like, I don't like you anymore. Let me go with a woman now, and has a kid, and this is him kind of getting revenge. Kill the man, and then keep the mother and the child in the basement. I don't know. This story, I feel, shouldn't go supernatural. I feel it should go dark. I feel it should have a dark story, a dark thing in there, like, oh, it's all kind of happy-go-lucky kind of thing, but just so it looks all happy kind of stuff with, trading cards and everything, but underneath the surface, it is, a very dark story. And, once you go into that basement, it should feel, dark, I am not supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to be up there in that happy-go-lucky carnival place, but I'm really not supposed to be here. And that actually could work, too, if, let's say it is kind of dark, or, let's say, they did want to have a kid or whatever. If they did want to have a kid, maybe, they brought all these games over for that kid, all the toys, the games, shooting things, and stuff like that, for the kid itself, the games. I don't know. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I am pretty sure I'm not going to get as many views as freaking Game Theory will, but this is just my thoughts on it. Tell me what you guys think. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching more videos that I've done, please click the description below. Check out my videos, or the two annotations right beside my head. One should be to my... Actually, it should be over here, I think. No, because it's reversed, so I don't know. One should be to my newest video, and the other one should be to a best viewer thing, which I'm not really sure how that one works. I just do that because, it says best for a viewer. I'm like, you know what? You guys, best for you? There you go. But either way, thank you so much for watching. And whichever videos that I've done, please click the description below. Check out my other videos. And we will see you later.